Hello class, my name is Demetrius Wilson and I'll be the professor for BA132. I'd just like to send out a quick overview video that'll help you maneuver through the course. Many of you guys have had my courses before, so some of you are very familiar with how to maneuver through Canvas. Some of you are not, so that's why I'm sending out the video. But every class is different, so I advise that everyone check out the video so that you make sure that you don't miss anything. So you should all have access to be able to log into and go into Canvas. Once you do, you go into BA132, our section number is 27007, and you go to the home on the left side, right? See where it says home. If you have different courses, right? So let's just take it back a step, and you go to your dashboard, which many of you have multiple online courses. You would just go here and then you would find it. So I'm looking for BA132 in Spring, Computer Applications for Managers. I click there and here I am on home. So what I want you to do is when you click on home, I want you to just kind of follow this path. I want you to click on free textbook and free office software. That's an announcement that is posted. It's going to show you that you don't have to buy software for this course. You don't have to buy a textbook for this course. Everything that you need is available via Canvas. So I want you to read this section right here in announcements. It's going to show you how to get any software that you need. Right? So that's announcement number one. So step one, go into Canvas, read free textbook and free office software. Number two, I want you to click on week one, right? Just a little synopsis or overview on week one. I want you to go through that. Tells you about the good and the bad of week one. Don't want to be like a spoiler alert, but it's just that you have to cover 2 modules or 2 chapters in the first week. Then it's pretty much a little easier from there. So a little upfront pain, for a little long-term comfort there, right? So after you watch those two or look at those 2 announcements, then I want you to move on to the modules, right? And I like to set mine up to where everything is listed right there in the module. So if you go into module 1, that's everything that you need for module 1 and module 2 and so on and so forth. But when you go into the modules, these you won't have to worry about. Those are only available to me. But under BA132 Master Tools, I want you to go under each one of these. So 1, I want you to check out the course schedule. You would click here, and actually I haven't updated the dates, but I will update the dates here. So you're going to look at the course schedule. It's going to tell you what date everything is due and available. Okay. Then you're going to go to Learning Outcomes, and this is going to show you what the learning outcomes for each module and each chapter are. So it's always good to kind of look through there and see like what you're supposed to be accomplishing prior to actually getting into it. All right. I want you to look at the PDF. Click on there. That's going to give you a PDF copy of the book, even though each time when you go through the modules and you click here, on module 1, it's actually going to give you an electronic book. But if you like the PDF version, you can do that. The PowerPoints are going to be there as well for each chapter. Also gives another a different slice or a different version of overview. And then assignments are there. I don't really need to click on assignments, but it's a link where you can kind of click and know what you're doing if you want to move forward or check some of those out. Succeeding with Waymaker, if you've already had a lot of Canvas classes or even one, you've probably gone through this, so you don't necessarily need to look through it. But if you haven't, I highly advise that you do. It's something that's very, very useful. You want to go through practice, 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 getting in the start line, diving in and finishing strong. Can my quiz attempt get lost? These are things that people commonly ask and people need help with in online courses. And then what are the technical requirements? So I do want you to go through all those. If you haven't already, if you just came out of another online class from the prior 9 weeks, then you really don't need to. But if you feel like you need to, get a refresher on there, it's always good information, right? So once you've gone in, you checked out those 2 announcements, you've gone through the master tools, and just so you know where everything is that you need. Then you've gone through Succeeding with Waymaker, and then you're just going to go on to module number 1. So module number 1, you're going to check in, and I need you to check in prior to the end of Wednesday. You have up until 11:59 p.m. And just want you to say, hey, this is my name, this is my major, and this is why I'm in this class, even if it's just because it's one of the required classes. Module 1 is where you're going to click on and you're going to go to see all of your reading. So of course you need to read and go throughout the chapter. Everything is listed there. If you don't want to go through the electronic version, remember I said that you can actually go through it and read it in the PDF, which just happens to be right there. Okay. Then your homework assignments. So you have 3 assignments here for week 1. So you want to identify your operating system. It's very simple, very easy. It's not a very complex assignment. None of these are. Empty your recycle bin. Again, not very complicated. And download files. 3 assignments right there. They give very clear instructions on what you need to do. Mac versus Windows myth busting. So I want you to watch this video, and then I want you to go in and complete a discussion on the video, and then respond to a couple other students in your class on what they think in terms of Mac versus a PC. All right. So basically, you go in, you check in at some, before Wednesday before, you read the chapter, you complete these 3 assignments, and then you watch the video and you do your discussion. And by the time you get all that done, you should be ready to go ahead and do the quiz for Intro to Computers. And then you go to module number 2, which is Internet Research. And again, you read the chapter. Now you don't have to check in because you already checked in once. If you don't check in, just so you know, you're putting yourself at risk of being dropped from the class. Bing versus Google versus DuckDuckGo, because now we're talking about research and how people handle their research. And then discussion number 2 is a discussion on how to search the internet, or what you use to search the internet. And then there's a quiz right here on internet research, right? So that's what you're responsible for week 1. And then we get into week 2, which I don't have everything loaded into week 2 for module 3. I don't have everything loaded. When it gets loaded, I'll hit this button and it'll publish it, and you'll all be able to see it and it'll be available. So right now, the only things that are available are module 1 and module 2, and that's more than enough for you guys to do and get completed during week 1. So that's just a little intro that I want to give to show you guys how to maneuver and get through Canvas. Obviously, you can always go to assignments and see all the assignments that are listed there. You can also go to quizzes and see all the quizzes and everything listed there. Another thing that I did forget, I want you guys to make sure, and I'll update this also shortly, is that you want to look at the syllabus, right? So you want to see the syllabus and see everything that's, you want to read that and be clear on everything that's going on in the class. Read it all the way to the very end, right? And then the course summaries down there and everything else, right? So I did forget and left out that you need to go over the syllabus. So you're going to go to home, see the announcements, you're going to go to modules, you're going to go through module 1 and module 2, but prior to doing so, you're also going to read your syllabus and go from there. And like I said, you can look at assignments, you can look at quizzes, you can look at discussions, but I always advise everybody go to modules and make sure that you just cover everything in the module that's actually due. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to update the syllabus for this particular course, and I'm going to update the dates for this particular course as well, and publish BA132 in section 27007, and we'll be good to go. Let's have a great semester. If you need any help with anything, be sure to reach out to me via email. Always glad to assist. If you just take your time, read, follow the instructions, you'll do quite well. But I want you all to have a good day and a great week. You'll expect probably a short lecture video that may come out as well for a couple of chapters that I'll send to you guys. That'll be very helpful prior to your quizzes as well. But like I said, if you need any help, feel free to email me at any time. So I want everybody to have a good day, great week, and let's have a great semester.